The Pentagon called this move by Russia, quote, unsafe and unprofessional. Watch this.
It is not uncommon, Amr, for there to be intercepts by Russian aircraft of U.S. aircraft over the Black Sea. Even in just in recent weeks, there have been other intercepts. But this one obviously is noteworthy because of how unsafe and unprofessional it was, indeed reckless that it was, and causing the downing of one of our aircraft. So it's unique in that regard.
All right, Brett Velicovich is here. Brett, he's a drone expert. How should America respond to this, in your opinion?
It's tough to say. I mean, we've seen these incidents happen before, especially when the Iranians shot down drones and the U.S. really didn't respond. And I think Russia calculated that they could effectively down this drone without much repercussions from the U.S. side, and they're probably right. And at first, them saying this was an accidental collision, but you don't accidentally bump into a Reaper surveillance drone at 20,000 feet in the air. This was a deliberate act, and it shows a major change in Putin's calculus when dealing with the U.S. and that he's ready to expand his strike zone and send a message. And there's no room for mistakes here, Stuart. One wrong move by either side, and it could start a war between us. And U.S. officials, I think, have been very clear and very careful that both sides need to try and avoid these incidents that escalate this tension. But this drone, look, it's not exactly a stealth drone. It's been flying over that area for quite some time now, even publicly.
Sure.
People have been posting their location constantly on social media from flight tracking software. And so it was only a matter of time, I think, before Russia started to do something as the U.S. was
But it was deliberate.
Their location.
I mean, what they did to our drone was obviously deliberate. And doesn't that call for some kind of response, almost in kind? OK, there's the danger of escalation, but you got to respond.
Should we respond? Yes. But will we actually do something about it? I doubt it. I think it'll be handled diplomatically.
Well, they're going to get our drone. Look, we've got no warships, no American warships in the Black Sea. Russian warships are in the Black Sea. They're going to go and get that $32 million drone and get out of it all technical secrets about that drone if they don't have them already.
Well, it's very difficult to do that. First, these drones, trying to recover them, especially from the enemy side, it's difficult to actually capture the data on it. The drones are designed to delete any data that's recovered on it. That's how it's made. So they're probably not going to pull at least what the U.S. Pilots were actually staring at up there. But it does go to show, Stuart, it highlights really a major problem right now, I think, with the U.S. military drone industry. The Defense Department, they need to get their heads wrapped around that current and future wars, they can't use the same tools that we all used growing up fighting ISIS or the Taliban. Reaper drones, were primarily built for an enemy that didn't have this type of reach. And so this should be a wake-up call to U.S. officials to start innovating more quickly to actually put more surveillance aircraft that's difficult to find, not one that can be tracked on Twitter.
Senator Marco Rubio says aiding Ukraine should be a priority. Watch this.
It's not a territorial dispute in the sense that any more than it would be a territorial dispute if the United States decided that it wanted to invade Canada or take over the Bahamas. Just because someone claims something doesn't mean it belongs to them. So it really is more of a desire to dominate their neighbors and have them as part of their sphere of influence, not so much about the land.
OK, that's a reference to the drone. OK, got that. Separately, Senator Rubio says that we should support Ukraine. That goes against Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida, who says helping Ukraine is not in the vital interests of the United States. So you've got a split in the Republican Party here, and I don't think that's going to help the war effort in Ukraine, is it?
No, it's a major issue. I'm sitting in Ukraine right now, and Americans really need to understand why it's so important to support Ukraine. Look, this is fundamentally a war against good versus evil. And Russia is pure evil. This is about one country threatening another's way of life simply because they want to rename some territory. Your entire families are out here dying because of this nonsense of a madman that is Putin. And it's a war against freedom. People need to understand that brave Ukrainian men and women, they've been standing on the front lines of democracy. They're defending the gates of Europe from Putin and Russian aggression. And if Ukraine is allowed to fail, Russia's not going to stop at Ukraine's borders. And so what's happening here today is going to determine how the coming generations will live, whether they're going to live in, a democratic society or a totalitarian state. So we need to stay here as long as it takes because it affects us all.
Got it. Brett Velicovich, we'll see you again soon. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Stuart.